Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil, and today I'm going to be doing a review for Christopher Robin. I actually managed to see this movie early, so yeah, that's pretty good. So, without further ado, let's get onto this review. So, to start off with, what did I think of this movie? Well, first off, for my pre-rating score, I'm going to say that Christopher Robin is a good movie, guys. This movie surprised me, guys. I never expected it to be like above average for me. Well, it was at some points, but still, I actually thought it wasn't that bad. So yeah, it's not even an okay film. Like if it was an okay film, that would have been quite a lot of stuff that I found like boring or I hated and all type of stuff. So yeah, all right. Now let's talk about the story without spoiling anything. There isn't much to spoil in this movie, but um, there's some stuff that happens towards the end that I won't spoil. So yeah, but anyway. So basically, the story is this: Christopher Robin. They show an intro they show like, well, not really a montage, but like there's an intro to this movie with a few opening titles that shows Christopher Robin as a boy, and then he grows up through his life stages, and then he has to there's some difficult challenges he has to face and all type of stuff, and then eventually he grows up. He has a daughter who's like, I know how old. They don't even say how old the daughter is. He has a wife, and he gets a job and all type of stuff. He fought in the war, and basically and speaking of that, I'm shocked that they actually showed a bit of that in the movie, like for a G-rated movie. Like I was like, wow. I don't know if it's PG, but here in Australia it's G, but in America it's PG. So yeah. But anyway, that's the But this movie, um, yeah, it's a very sweet, kid-friendly, family-friendly movie. There's not much happening in this movie. There's no like action sequences except for that one part, that war scene, which is not like a flashback. It's kind of like showing him going through his life, a bit like Forrest Gump, but in like a shorter version. So yeah, but they do that in most movies nowadays, like showing character at the start of the film, like he grows up, and then at the after like the intro or the opening titles or whatever, he's all like grown up now. So yeah. All right, so that's the story. Well, that's not the story. That's the start of the film. And basically, when he grows up, he's an adult. He gets a job. He, Christopher Robin is then greeted by Winnie the Pooh, and Winnie needs his help to find his friends, and then all the type of stuff. They show that in the trailer, though. Like he's like, "Oh, I've lost my friends." I can't do the Pooh voice. Jim Cummings, by the way, fantastic as Pooh. So yeah, but yeah. Basically, the story of the movie is very plain and simple. It's not like dull. People say like it's a bit dull storyline. I don't know, but it's not. For me, it wasn't. But yeah. So I have to say for the story, guys, he has to find his friend, Winnie's friends, and then they have to help him with his life struggles and all type of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry for the random pauses there, guys. So yeah, but anyway, so that's the story. All right, now positives. Um, the first positive is the story. The story in this movie was good. I liked the story. The first part of the movie, I was like, yeah, the story's okay. And then towards the end, I was like, oh wow, this is not a bad story. The story of this movie is very heartwarming, very thought-provoking, very sweet. It doesn't have the emotional punch as what I thought it would have. It kind of does. Like if you're a sensitive person, very sensitive, then there could be something here that could make you tear up at the end or something like that. But still, yeah, it's a nice story. So yeah, I did like the story. All right, next up, Ewan McGregor. It's a very rare thing for me to talk about like one actor in the movie that was that good. Usually, I talk about like all the actors or like acting in general was good, but this movie, Ewan McGregor was good as Christopher Robin. He wasn't great. He was just good in general as Christopher Robin. I liked him as Christopher Robin. He had that, well, not that edge, like that seriousness when he needed to be like when he shouts at Pooh like he's like, oh, and then Pooh gets like, oh, this is not the same Christopher Robin. Again, no spoilers here, but like, and I really like how he's like exploring his childhood again, and he's like, this movie makes like the adult, like the child inside of us, come out again. It's a very like nostalgic movie, like Ready Player One. Even though I wouldn't, well, actually, I won't talk about what I said in that review. About the nostalgia. I know a lot of people hated me for that, but this movie, there is nostalgia. You feel as though you are a child again when you watch Winnie the Pooh come to life. So yeah, and the third and final thing is the heart there is so much heart and love in this movie, guys. The way this movie is not just directed, but the way it's told. It's like the screenplay, the writing in this movie felt like, oh, it's very nice. There's some deep stuff in this movie, guys, and I really like how like Pooh's very like philosophical, like nothing, nothing. Like he likes to say that we're nothing and all that, and it really brings back normal life lessons of everyday life and living. So yeah. So overall, good story, good acting from Ewan McGregor, and um, had a lot of heart. So those are the three positives. All right. Now on to the negatives. I don't want to make this review too long, guys. So yeah, because I always do, and I better not break my promise this time. All right. So next up, the negatives. This movie was a bit draggy. Yes, there were times I was like, oh, can we just speed it up a bit? Not to say it was boring. It wasn't boring. It was just like, oh, they were still in the same scene. I don't know if that counts as boring, but still. So yeah. And next up, I expected a bit more humor. Not to say there wasn't any humor. There were times like, that was kind of funny. I didn't laugh like through every single joke. Like there were parts like, yeah, okay, that's more for kids and all that. But still, but the humor in this movie worked when he needed to, and I really like some funny. There were some funny moments too. Eo's a funny character. They're all funny characters. Piglet, Eo, Tigger. I forget anyone, and then the other characters. But yeah, I expected a bit more like not adult humor, like you know what I mean, but like a bit more like laugh out loud, like really funny moments. So yeah. And finally, speaking of other characters, I expected a bit more of the other characters. When they said in the trailer that the characters are coming out of the 100-acre wood, or the wood, as they say in the trailer for like the trailer taglines or whatever. You know, like those text that appear in the trailers, so like that. Yeah, I expected all the characters. I expected like all the characters to come out, not like certain characters. I wouldn't spoil who, but it's clear and obvious based on the trailer. Who do you think is gonna come out of the wood and help Christopher Robin? So yeah, so no spoilers there. If you felt that was a spoiler, I apologize, guys. So yeah, but overall, that's my thoughts on Christopher Robin. I didn't want to make this review too long. So yeah. Next review will be Alpha, and I don't know when I'll see that. But before I go, my final score for this movie, I'm gonna give Christopher Robin a 7 out of 10. This is a good movie, guys. Go check it out with your friends and family, and your little ones, and your loved ones. This is a very sweet, heartfelt, family-friendly film. There is quite a bit to take in some points, but not like a lot. So if you just want to sit back, rock, enjoy a good like Saturday afternoon family film, or Sunday afternoon, or like it's an afternoon film, not a night film. This is an afternoon or morning film. Like just sit back, rock, enjoy, grab your family and friends and enjoy Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, it's also not a long movie, guys, so that's good. So yeah, overall, I think this is definitely better than Wrinkle in Time, and obviously so much better than The Darkest Minds. Oh my god, I'm still disappointed about that movie. So yeah, Alpha is my next review. I want to see that movie. I actually heard it's pretty good, and it has a high score on Rotten Tomatoes, which is really surprising. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to checking that out in the next few weeks. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed my review of Christopher Robin, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. This is Akil, and I'm signing out.